Hello, everyone. It's M. Teresa Lawrence of Covered Wagon Sessions, and today I have the honor and privilege of being at my sister Beatriz Olson's gallery opening. This gallery is filled with her artwork, which is her passion, and she is also a renowned doctor and author, and it's just a privilege to be here. And I want her to share her story on the creation of this beautiful artwork. So please share, how did we get here? And before you do, step aside for a moment. I love this piece. This is an awesome piece. We're in Connecticut, and it's just beautiful to be in this gallery. She has the whole gallery to herself. So, my love, stand here and share the story.
Well, thank you, my dear sister, for inviting me to share this exciting moment in my life. I have been an artist my entire life, and art heals. So as a physician, I use art as another way to create well-being for myself and for others. The making of this art show, which contains about 21 pieces, has three components, and it's called Unmuted, the return of color and the feminine as they arise. And there are three segments.
Do you want to walk around and show the segments?
We can show.
Okay,
We
are
can
now
begin.
going to take a tour with the artiste. Where would you like to go to first?
Back up a little bit so we
Okay.
can, we can.
Okay,
we can
so
this.
talk
We'll
about this
start-
one.
We'll start with this one. So this is a wonderful piece, and it talks about the journey of women professionals. And in my situation is because I am a physician. So women come into the world with such great expectations, and things happen to us in the process of our evolution through institutions, learning portals, and other things where somehow values, assumptions, mindsets, and beliefs can affect the way that we perceive ourselves, and often women receive less than men in their development. So this is a story of the growth and the transformation for the freedom of the feminine, and you see the woman rising at the end after exploring what really makes her authentic, what really makes her wisdom come out and help the universe. So this is a very important painting. This took about 2 years from the time that it started until it was born. It was originally done on stretched, hanging on a wall, and now it has been stretched and put into structure.
And what's beautiful about that piece to me is that I believe that this next year and the next phase of humanity is all about authenticity and being true to yourself, because that's what I do. And this is just a beautiful painting that reflects that journey. All right, let's go.
So now this is we're
This
going to
section?
view this as a section.
Okay, so now I'm going to show the section. There it is.
And just forewarnings that there are some topics here that are uncomfortable for people, particularly seeing women expressing their feelings and themselves. So this is the story of women. This is women's travails, women's voyages from the time that we are mothers, we're pregnant, we create life, and that life sometimes evolves into something transformative, or sometimes the life is stunted and it becomes dark and unexpressed in this particular painting. In the middle, you see that I have taken one of, Picasso inspires me on this painting, and I'm expressing the love that mothers have and the pain that mothers suffer as they nurture their babies, as they give them birth, and as they sometimes things happen to them that we lose them. We lose our babies. Our babies sometimes die or go away. And the other component of this is about the feminine. The feminine, how everyone is born through the passage of the vagina, and yet we try to hide it, or we exploit it. Women get raped, women get hurt, and this is an expression of all of the experiences of women as they exist in their essence. the last painting of this series are 5 women. There are 5 women in this painting. I don't know if you can identify them. And it has, it looks like a vagina, but it in fact has various components of the feminine and the feminine beauty, the beauty that we are. Every part of us is beautiful, and it shouldn't be put away. It shouldn't be debased. So I'm expressing this. And I also put the pearls. They used to be my husband's grandmother's pearls. And I'm putting this as a statement that actually pearls attract and have been a symbol of beauty and feminine power for a long time. So that's why they're placed there, to just create a holiness to the whole experience of all of these women that are present in this painting. There's a holy one, there is the carrier of the vase, and then there are the torso of the woman, and then the breasts of a woman all present. So 5 women are represented here.
Isn't this fun? We're getting toured by the artist.
So this wall, we're gonna back up a little bit. This wall is very interesting. These are my paintings, but I have never seen them. They have never seen each other because they've been at different locations. So this is the first time that this beautiful, beautiful painting is called Courage. This is the courage of women. This is the spirit of women, which is formed and formless. And it has entries and exits into the spirit, the consciousness of the female. And then these paintings next to it, which are framed, have also to do with the feminine and the spaces that we interact with, and the consciousness that we carry within these spaces. So these are very special pieces, and I'm glad to see them together. They now belong together. So the rest of the paintings that I will show you, we can start here, is that we're going to begin the color. As I said, this is called the return of color, where color, spirit, and the feminine rise. So we're going to enter into color now. As a physician, I've had to sort of blunt my colors. As a Cuban woman, I have also had to blunt the way that I am, and I have taken many parts of myself away to be able to fit in the medical training and to become successful in it without standing out too much. At this stage of my life, now I am allowing all of my colors to come out.
She's shining. She's shining her light.
So I'm going to now show you these various other colorful pieces that we can go to. And they all are interrelated. They all have to do with compartments and spaces and where they are and where do they come together. And these colors eventually all come together into that spirit woman that we see back here. But then these are other very fun things that I'm looking at. This is now my second self-portrait. And before my first self-portrait was me behind bars, because it was a passport photo of me as a little girl leaving Cuba, and then I created bars. That was my first portrait. This one is me now, and I identify with this creature. I identify that my stethoscope is out there, sensing the world and experiencing all sorts of things, and I am sensitive to it, and I carry the gold. In my authenticity and in my colors, I am gold. We're all gold. Sometimes people take that away from us, but I'm bringing it back to us.
So isn't art magical? And it is healing. So these are beautiful too.
These are a little bit different, but they have to do with the power of connecting to ourselves. Water is the symbol of the unconscious. And it's also where we all come from. We're 70% water. And I have been meditating, which saved my life since 1997. So I've done a series of meditators on water, and this is a beautiful example of entering the water. The effort here that makes this painting harder is that the water was done many years before the meditator arrived. So the meditator had to fit into the space and also become the water. And thank God I had the colors that I used when I made the water, so I could use it for creating the background and allowing the meditator to become part of the water. So anyways, this is very important. Meditation saves lives. It allows us to be still in the moment, not be in the future or the past, but be present. And with time, it makes us calm. It calms the nervous system, the vagal nervous system, and it has nothing to do with religiosity. It has to do with self-care.
I love that, religiosity.
And then the last pieces are more the aerial components of things. As you all may be aware, there are wind farms that are happening all over the country, and right now it's a very controversial issue. My husband is a pilot, Dr. Eric is a pilot, and we fly over these things all the time. So this is a representation of how they're lined up in the water and the power that they can create. But again, I like to cover controversial things that I'm seeing from above. In fact, I see the world a lot from above. So, and then this is part of the experience. This other group is views from the balconies of the Gulf, a place where we stayed recently. And these two are grouped together in a way that surprises me. They have never seen each other until now. And it's because I did this in 2002. And all of a sudden, the person that helped me hang the gallery identified that they belong together. Isn't that interesting?
No,
So that's the show.
But wait, there's more. There's always more. We're going to go back to the beginning. So here we are, and I want you to talk about these. I'm just going to, okay, so I'm going to point this one out. So this one is a horse, and it was made in 1972. And was this your first?
It was probably one of the first ones. Yes, we were in the same house.
Yes, I remember. And then
these are more abstracts. They are.
But this is a beautiful picture of trees. And what year was that? Was
73.
73. And then I remember that you drew a big one of this.
Yes, this is the practice one before I made the very large one.
Which hung in that house for years. It was beautiful.
And that was in the 70s.
In the 70s. So when you have art inside of you and you don't let it out, I think you are, depriving the world of a piece of you. So thank you for sharing, all of you, and deciding to shine so bright now, because it's our time to shine.
Well, thank you, and I just want to remind everyone that it's in vulnerability that we connect with each other. Trusting ourselves to be vulnerable, to say what's really happening in us. And lastly, recognizing that art can give words to things that we don't feel and can express emotions that we don't allow ourselves to express. So just grab some crayons or Prismacolors and some paper and start doodling around with the colors. You're going to feel better.
Especially if you draw butterflies.
Yes, butterflies.
Thanks.